Welcome into the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast, episode 18. Yes, 18. Today I have my master of all things Xbox, Brendan.
Or of some things.
Or of some things? Some things.
Yes.
And of all things DBZ related, right?
Oh, of course.
Oh, absolutely. Today, and we are missing Lou. He is out with the flu. Rhymes. Yeah, so everybody wish him good health and everything. And you have myself, obviously, your PlayStation Playboy again. I can come up with another one for me for this week. I will come up with better ones. But yeah, so anyways, anything worth mentioning before we get going?
It's snowy.
It is very snowy. We got a foot of snow, basically, over the past 48 hours, or 24 hours before, like yesterday, all day yesterday, right? Until
it started,
midnight.
it started midnight Tuesday morning.
Yeah, and went until, like, nighttime Tuesday night. And so we've had the last 2 days of classes canceled, and we're hoping for a third, highly doubtful. But, yeah, it's still a mess outside. Huge piles of snow everywhere. But, anyways, so let's move on. Let's get on to the news. Last week we mentioned that there was going to be a PlayStation event where, all likelihood, the PlayStation Vita Slim would be announced, and it was. But unfortunately, it was only announced for Europe. There's no word on if it's coming to North America or not, but it seems likely that it will. Because, you know, why wouldn't it? If they're going to bring it to Europe, it's not going to be hard to bring it to North America. And it's another way to make money because it's cheaper to make this Vita than it is for the other one. So it all seems like it's just a matter of time.
Sony wants to make money?
Yeah, I know. It's really, really weird to think about. Making money in Sony. It's kind of like Nintendo and making money.
Not exactly the same, though.
Bazinga. Yeah, that's not a good joke when Lou's not on the podcast. He would take more offense to it. Next up on the news, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes is reported to be only 2 hours long by Game Informer. There are you can get it for between $20 and $40, depending on how you get it and which console. $20 digitally for PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, $30 physical copy for those, $30 digitally for PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, or $40 for the physical copy for those two. So, the question remains, Brendan, if you were buying a game for your PlayStation 4 or Xbox One and it was $40 for only 2 hours of content, how would you feel?
I wouldn't buy it.
Exactly, me either. There's no way I would buy it. I can't justify that to myself. And I understand that people will play it multiple times, you know, and it probably has a lot of information that they want everyone to know before the actual game comes out. But $40
for 2 hours.
2 hours is ridiculous. I saw a story where one of the guys, I don't remember if it was Kojima or not, but one of them was defending it by saying Journey wasn't very long. But I was like, yeah, but Journey was like $15 or $20 or something like that, you know? It wasn't $40. $40 is ridiculous.
You could rent 4 movies for a week.
Yeah, exactly. You could do all kinds of shit with that. You could buy all the new re-releases, all the HD re-releases of games that are like 60 to 120 hours long games because they're like all JRPGs and stuff. You could buy those for $40 a piece.
You could get 40 junior cheeseburgers.
Or 40 McDoubles. Or whatever. Actually, you know, with tax and stuff, we'd have to go down below. Whatever. Anyways. So, Brendan, what's next on the news?
Xbox 360 users reporting download problems for The Wolf Among Us Episode 2. The Season Pass holders are reporting it. They're being prompted to purchase the DLC despite owning the Season Pass for the game. I think the Telltale representative said that we are aware of the issue on Xbox Live Marketplace affecting Season Pass owners of The Wolf Among Us, where the user is still prompted to purchase Episode 2 even though they own the Season Pass. There appears to be an issue on Xbox Live affecting multiple titles with DLC offerings, and Microsoft is actively working to resolve the issue. We apologize for the inconvenience and are hopeful that it will be resolved soon.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. I know for a lot of games who have season passes like that, it's really tricky on how to actually download the next episode or the next DLC and things like that, because what most of them require is that it's like, hey, don't go into the marketplace and buy it again. You need to log into the game first and then go in through there to buy the next episode or the next whatever. It's just, I don't know, it's one of those tricky situations where people get charged because they're not paying attention and they accidentally purchase it after already having the season pass. But this obviously is a different case if it's the marketplace's fault and it's not, user error.
Yeah, although it sounds like some people might at least get like refunds.
Oh yeah.
If it's a noticeable problem.
Yeah, if it's actual, it is really happening to everybody or a lot of people, then they'll probably get refunds, or I assume they would get a full refund, because the episode's only like $5 or something like that, so it's not like they're spending $30 on something.
Yeah, they're not spending $40 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be really funny if it was just massive user error.
Yeah, it would be, which it has been in the past. There have been stories like that about like Borderlands DLC. Because all the Borderlands DLC, if you have the season pass, you have to be in Borderlands to be able to purchase it. You can't be in the marketplace or PlayStation Network store to do it. What's next news?
Strider release date revealed. Digitally for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PC on February the 19th.
Did you play the original Strider games?
Nope.
I didn't either. I know they're like side-scroller games. So I've never really been interested in it, but I might look into it whenever it's actually released, depending on what it is. Because like I said, I've never really looked into it, but the name Strider sounds cool to me. Come on.
That's because of Aragorn.
What's that?
This is actually not obscure. This is from Lord of the Rings, dude.
Okay. Well, see, I've only seen all of the Lord of the Rings movies once. And so I don't remember a lot of references from them. Yeah, that's my fault.
That'll be released on episode 20 day.
Okay.
We will have a special cast where we're just playing it, being frustrated.
Yeah, that would be. So the next news is probably the most interesting I've seen. Ubisoft is set to release a standalone Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, which was originally the downloadable content for Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. It's going to be available for $15 or $14.99 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3 on February 18th, and it will be available for PC on February 25th. But you can still buy it for only $10 as a DLC for Black Flag. I don't get why they're releasing it as a standalone, like its own game.
I don't know, some people who, don't have Assassin's Creed 4 because it's kind of expensive.
Yeah, but why would you want to, I don't know, why would you want to get Freedom Cry if you don't have 4? I guess if you just really, really want to do the whole Haiti missions and freeing the slaves and stuff like that, I guess that kind of makes sense.
Or, if you can't, get to the DLC, offerings.
Oh, yeah, like for non-internet people or whatever?
Yep. Plus, there's still a lot of people who I think just prefer physical copy media.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's physical copy. It may just be download only.
True.
But who knows? It could be.
But how many hours is that?
I don't know. That's a good question. I can look that up really quick. Let's see. How long to beat? Oh, yeah. Fill time. So how is you're right, you're doing the review for DBZ Battle of Z, right?
Yep.
Sum it up without ruining your review. What'd you think?
I've never been more frustrated and more enamored with the game at the same time in my life.
Oh, that's really interesting. Okay, I have the time. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag Freedom Cry DLC. Main story is 3 hours long. Main story with extras is about 5 hours, and to complete everything, it takes about 7 hours.
Nintendo, take note.
Why? What for?
It's only $15.
Oh yeah. So yeah, interesting. I'm still not sold on getting that DLC. Nothing ever really appealed to me from it. So it was nothing like the Tyranny of King Washington. Like the second I heard that name, I was absolutely getting that DLC. But Freedom Cry, just I don't really want to go to Haiti. I don't really want to free all the slaves and stuff. It's not what I want. So,
Are you racist?
nope, not at all. Okay, Brendan, what's next on the news?
Oh, the Pokemon Bank is now available in North America.
Hell
You
yeah.
can you can grab the app from the North America eShop. Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter will offer additional storage space for your Pokemon and will allow you to import them from previous entries in the series. It costs about $5 a year or $4.99, whatever. If you download it and register it by March the 4th, you will get a free Celebi as a bonus.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, although they kind of messed up when they didn't. They had the opportunity to call it like Bill's International Storage.
Oh,
Oh.
that would have been perfect. That goes way back, too.
Yeah, if like they don't know, like that's just like storing like about I think 3,000 Pokemon on the cloud. You're allowed to.
Oh, the Pokebank?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's pretty cool. For only $5 a year, that's not a bad price. And the fact that you can bring in Pokemon from your earlier games, I'm assuming as long as they're 3DS games.
yeah.
So,
I think it's starting at Generation 6 onwards.
yeah, that would make sense.
So for people who don't have any friends, if you're playing Pokemon X and want to get the legendary from Pokemon Y,
There you go.
you can do it.
Yeah. I really need to get a 3DS because I really want to play all the new ones.
I just kind of want to play Pokemon X and Y. That's the only reason I would buy one.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of good JRPGs coming out on 3DS lately. So yeah. But anyways, next one. Microsoft announces 2 upcoming Xbox One system updates. The first update will be on February 11th. It includes a lot of under-the-hood improvements like Kinect voice commands and stability. The second update will be on March 4th. Not a lot of details have been announced, but Microsoft has promised many new features and improvements specifically to our party and multiplayer systems. So people believe that is for Titanfall because it's a week before Titanfall comes out, and so they're going to be improving the online capabilities of everything, and so people don't ruin the servers whenever everyone and their mom buys Titanfall that week. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, it is. Oh. Okay, the final Borderlands 2 DLC packs have been revealed. The next one is called Mad Moxie and the Wedding Day Massacre, which will star the 2 families from the core game's Clan War mission. It will be released on February 11th for $2.99. The final DLC pack is called Sir Hammerlock and the Son of Crawmerax. It will be released in April. No details have been revealed. I heard some jokes today about Borderlands 2 being like, it should be renamed like DLC Lands or something like that, because Borderlands 2 has had like 1,000 DLC packs, it seems like. They've been supported by DLC for 18 months now, so it's almost 2 years.
That's not bad. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome, but it's still just nickel and diming everybody, getting more and more money. Like, hey, here's another part of the game you can get. Here's another part of the game you can get. Here's another one you can get.
I mean, you still have a full retail game that's like
Yeah.
a pretty satisfying length. So.
Oh, absolutely. I love the game. And the fact that the game has been free on PlayStation Plus like last month or whatever, and now that the Game of the Year edition's out with all the DLC and stuff up to like 2 packs ago or something. I don't even remember. Did you play Borderlands 2?
I just tried to play it like Tuesday night. With my friend who's like very high level.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't able to play because I had a pistol.
Yeah.
And I kept on trying to fight people who were, even at their like base level, were extremely powerful.
Yeah.
It didn't exactly work out for me.
When I first jumped in, I played Borderlands 1 first, and then I played Borderlands 2. But when I was playing Borderlands 1, I was just starting to get into some of the missions, and one of my buddies had been playing it for years. And he hopped into my game with me or whatever, and he was like maxed out level, and so we just like freaking raced through a bunch of levels and stuff like that, and I basically was able to beat the game faster than shit because he was power leveling me. And so I asked him to like stop or whatever. I think during Borderlands 2 I tried to not play with him as much as possible because I didn't want to ruin stuff for me. But it was fun. I love Borderlands.
Yeah, I like we have it at home, but I just usually watch my brother play it.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that game not being cel shaded. Like, apparently it was originally supposed to be not cel shaded. Like until maybe like a few months before its release.
So they changed it right before?
Yeah.
Huh.
And that's how it looks the way it is.
Yeah, I know how it looks, but I didn't know that it wasn't supposed to be that way originally. That's really weird. Huh. Oh, yeah. Well, okay, what's the last news, Brendan?
BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea Part 2 release date revealed. Irrational Games has revealed that it'll be released on March 25th worldwide.
I am excited. That's where we
Yeah.
get to play as Elizabeth.
It's supposed to be like 6 hours long.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's supposed to be longer than the first one. It's supposed to have a huge cast of characters, and you're supposed to meet up with some big-name character right at the beginning. For those of you listening who already know about all this stuff, you'll probably recognize that I know nothing about it, and that's on purpose. I'm not going to spoil anything for me before that comes out. I am waiting to be surprised. So, yeah, I can't wait. I am really excited. I'm excited, just as excited about that as I am for The Last of Us Left Behind DLC that comes out like next week. So, good times. Both my Game of the Year candidates with some awesome DLC coming up in the next month and a half. I didn't come up with a topic for this week because the snow day thing threw me through a loop, and I totally forgot about everything for 2 days. So, do you have anything you would like to talk about this week?
Not in particular.
Let's see. Now let's just move on to questions.
Yeah, should we cut that part out?
No way. Why? No, we need to. We got a lot of questions from Dennis again, our most faithful listener. Everybody should start sending us more questions, either on Facebook or to our email or on Twitter. Mong Podcast or mong.podcast@gmail.com or Middle of Nowhere Gaming Mong on Facebook. Find us on all of them. Send us questions, please, so we don't only have to answer Dennis's questions, although we do love answering Dennis's questions. Okay, so first question. He says, what is the gym underrated game according to you that you love but no one else seems to? Oh, I definitely have an answer for this one. Do you have an answer?
Yep.
What is your answer?
Fable 3.
Fable 3. That's a good one. I like it.
Yeah,
why
like everyone,
why is it a gym to you?
Because like it was something that I had a lot of fun enjoying. Just it had a lot better co-op than Fable 2, and I spent a lot more time like with my friend playing in it than I did like playing co-op in Fable 2. But everyone said that it was a lot worse than the first one, and they told me not to get it. So
I agree. I didn't play Fable 2 first. I actually played Fable 3 first, and I played it like a week after it was released. And I played it knowing nothing about the Fable series, and so when I played Fable 3, I was blown away. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. This is the best game ever. And then I played Fable 2, and it was good, and then now I'm playing Fable Anniversary. But I love Fable 3, so I'm right there with you. But what?
nothing.
No, go on.
No, I just said yeah.
Oh, okay. My gym or underrated game that I love but no one else seems to is Final Fantasy 13.
Oh, that sucks.
I absolutely love that game. It means more to me than most games because of its storytelling and its fun battle system and everything. I don't give two shits that it's too linear for all these jackasses on the internet. I do not give a shit about that. Final Fantasy 13, I've beaten it twice. I absolutely adore that game. Okay, next question, Brendan.
Do you think that a lot of the Gen 7 established franchise game series will be brought over to Gen 8, or will some of them just be left alone?
Probably not a lot of them will. I think the major ones, obviously Fable. No, Fable's not a Gen 7, is it? Fable started with Gen 6.
I guess, but...
And Halo started with Gen 6, too.
Aw.
So I guess this would be like Uncharted, Resistance,
Mario.
Mario, uh,
Pong?
Pong, yeah, Assassin's Creed. I guess most of the big ones will, because those ones, because Resistance won't. I don't think that'll ever be made again. But Assassin's Creed will continue. That's a Gen 7. Um,
Red Dead?
Uncharted will continue. Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead's older than that because it was Red Dead Revolver before Red Dead Redemption, and I think
Oh.
wasn't that Gen 6 or something like that?
Oh, I did not know about Red Dead Revolver.
Yeah, I think it was Red Dead Revolver. There was a game before Redemption. Redemption's not the first in the Red Dead series, from what I understand. No, I think a lot of them. Dead Space, that's another one, but I don't know if they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna do another Dead Space. I guess only the really popular ones, which is a cop out answer, I get, but Uncharted's definitely going to continue, and so is Assassin's Creed. Other than that, there's not a whole lot. Gears of War, that's going to continue. That's a Gen 7 Xbox title. BioShock will continue. I think it'll jump over to Gen 8. Okay, well, let's move on. His next question: will Oculus Rift or VR become a success?
I do not know what those are. I will admit my ignorance.
Virtual reality.
What's Oculus Rift?
That's the virtual reality headset being developed. I don't think it will. From what I understand, they still haven't fixed the motion sickness problem, which is like when you're moving your head, your body, and stuff like that, your eyes and everything move with it, and you're supposed to, like, your body moves at the same time. And so, like, when you're looking in the Oculus Rift and you're having to move your head, and it makes it feel like you're actually moving your entire body, it makes you motion sick. And they haven't, as far as from what I understand, they have not been able to fix that yet. So until they do, Oculus Rift and virtual reality won't be anything. It can't be a success. But if they do manage to fix that, I don't see it being a success right away. I think it's going to be an expensive technology. I think it's going to be hard to implement it into games. I think it's going to take a lot of creative minds to do something with it, and we're not going to see it blow up until 10 or 15 years down the road, because it's too advanced for what we're doing right now, in my opinion.
Too good for us?
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine throwing you into an island like that show I showed you the other day, Batum or whatever, and you're just wearing a headset and you're actually there running around and stuff like that, and you're having to kind of sort of move your body and think and stuff like that to actually make it work. And
so what you're saying is that it's a platform that we deserve, just not the one we need right now?
Yeah, eventually I think it will be great, but not yet. I don't think we're ready for it. Whenever robots take over the world, computers take over the world.
Inevitably, though.
Inevitably. Okay, next question, Brendan.
Do you think companies like Capcom, Square Enix, and others use too many resources on their engines without really having any use for them?
No.
Not really.
I don't. I mean, their engines work great. Their games look beautiful. They have great capabilities. They do a whole lot. So, I mean, unless there's a specific story or example that Dennis is referring to that I don't know of, I've not heard that they spend too much or take too much time developing an engine, other than something like Versus 13, which became or is becoming Final Fantasy 15. That could be the case where he's maybe talking about, but that could have just been because they were trying to do too many things at the same time, rather than putting too many resources on their engine.
So, sum it up, no.
Yeah, no. In my opinion. Okay, so his next question. With perhaps Battlefield getting a new game this year, do you think we will see this more and more with franchise games? Even more with shooters, perhaps? I haven't heard any more news about a new Battlefield this year. Last I heard was that Battlefield was not going to be a yearly franchise, but that doesn't mean that another company couldn't do Battlefield this year, was what I was hearing. So I may have missed some news on that one. But yeah, I do think that more companies are going to start making their franchise games yearly. Because if they can come up with two teams and alternate teams and spend 2 years developing games and just have one each year, you're going to make a whole lot of money that way, like Call of Duty does and Assassin's Creed does.
Like, we kind of rag on Call of Duty, but they actually have a pretty sweet setup going there where they have Treyarch and Infinity Ward
Yeah, exactly.
making games.
And they're always good games, and they always get a whole lot of attention, and they always sell through the freaking roof. So why would you need to take 3 or 4 years to put out a new game when you can put out a game every single year, and your total sales are probably going to go way above what it would be if you only released every 3 or 4 years. So I mean, it sucks for us having to pay $60 every year, but it's also cool to be able to play new content every year.
Yeah, like, I don't think I'll ever complain about Assassin's Creed being yearly.
Me either. I've played every one of them so far, and I love them all. So
Still haven't gotten Black Flag.
yeah, you need to, man. You really do. Such a good game. Next question, his last question is, what do you expect out of indie games for this generation? Indie games are going to blow up. We saw that towards the end of last generation with games like The Walking Dead and Journey and all those other Tale of Two Sons or whatever. And there's like all these games just exploded onto the scene. And they're continuing to do that with games like Outlast and Everybody's Gone to the Rapture and Rime and all these new games that are being developed by indie developers that many people, Resogun example, a lot of people are more excited for these games than they are for full retail games. So I think that it's just going to get bigger and bigger, and the market for indie games is going to blow up, and we're going to see a lot of really good ones.
I'd actually like to see a lot of that.
So would I. I've never been an indie gamer either, and so it surprises me to say that. Well. So that is the questions. What are you playing this week, Brendan?
Just maybe wrapping up a bit of like co-op stuff with Dragon Ball Z.
Uh-huh.
Just playing online sometimes.
And
it's just fun.
Are you getting Fable?
When I have the money, yes.
When you have the money, yes. Okay.
So in like 2 years.
So in like 2 years. Interesting. Okay. I haven't played a whole lot of games. I played Outlast yesterday. Scared the living freaking crap out of me. I screamed like 5 minutes into it. It was ridiculous. I played some Don't Starve. Made it to day 23. That was pretty exciting. And I just started Fable Anniversary today after I braved the snow to go across town to GameStop. And it's pretty phenomenal so far since I didn't get a chance to play Fable the first time it was released. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Can I submit another answer?
Yeah.
Screw Flappy Bird.
Oh god, you're playing that?
I played it.
I've seen everyone talk about that online, and I refuse to try it.
No, you should.
No, I don't want to.
No, I mean, you should refuse to play it. I got it because it was free, and I wanted something to do, and it was a terrible decision.
Yeah, I don't want to play it. Okay, so game releases this week on PlayStation 3: The Wolf Among Us Episode 2, the Lego Movie video game, Dust Force, Adam's Venture Chronicles, and The Raven: Legacy of the Master Thief. On PS4, Outlast and the Lego Movie video game. On Vita, the Lego Movie video game, Surge Deluxe, and Dust Force.
For Xbox 360, The Wolf Among Us Episode 2, the Lego Movie video game, and Fable Anniversary.
Uh-huh.
For Xbox One, the Lego Movie video game. And that's it.
On PC, The Wolf Among Us Episode 2, Dogs of War Online Beta, Jazzpunk, the Lego Movie video game, and 1,000 other little bitty video games that I was not going to list because they meant nothing.
Although at least we're getting some new games.
Yeah, I know. We're getting to that time. It's about damn time. On Wii U, the Lego Movie video game, which is out on every freaking console, every device. And on 3DS, Brendan?
Pokemon Bank, Retro City Rampage DX, the Lego Movie video game, yet again, and Bravery Default.
I think they wanted the Lego Movie video game to be the most played game ever. They put it out on everything.
Is this, has the Lego Movie actually been released?
I have no idea. I don't even know what this game is. So
It's about the Lego Movie.
Is there a Lego Movie coming out?
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you not heard about it?
No, I have not. My bad. Okay, well, anyways, that wraps up episode 18 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. It was a short episode this week. Lou was out with the flu. We had snow days, and there wasn't a whole lot of huge news that we needed to announce or anything like that. And I have a shitload of homework to do before tomorrow because it's unlikely that school will be canceled again. So we got to cut it short. You could find our podcast every Thursday morning. We record it every Wednesday night. You can find it on iTunes or on our website at middleofnowheregaming.com. We always ask for questions and suggestions. Send it to mong.podcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. On Facebook at Middle of Nowhere Gaming Mong, and on Twitter at Mong Podcast. We all appreciate all the comments and everything like that on all of our stories. So please go and comment. Tell us what you think. Even if you don't agree, it doesn't matter. Just be nice about it. Don't be a jerk. We don't want jerks. And you can find us on Twitter. I am at Osborne_2009. Brendan is
At Brendan Jester.
You can find me on PlayStation Network at Osborne2009. You can find Brendan on Xbox Live at
It Wasn't Me with 2 zeros at the end.
It Wasn't Me 00. So, thank you again for listening to episode 18, and we will talk to you again next week.
Bye. Mom.